Hi everyone, my name is Manohar Mukul. In our last video, I saw you how to configure DataGuard Broker. In this video, I will go through a few database scenarios using the DGMGRL command line interface. So for that, let's first go through Oracle documentation. So, so here we see that management cycle of a broker configuration. So far we have seen that create configuration, enable configuration. In this section, I will do like update some database properties and change the protection mode, and also we'll see how we can set up, monitor, or tune these configurations. So let's go through that one. First, connect to my primary database server. Setting my database environment and launch the DGMGRL utility. So first check the configuration. So this configuration, this value of the property is configuration word. So this is not specific to database or instance. This is all configuration wise. So here you see that two databases are added, or the profile is added to the DataGuard broker configuration. So now let's see the database level properties. So, for that we need to type just show database name. So here we can see that primary database, this database's role is primary, and if you see that it's transport on state, current state is transport on. Now it's here for standby database. You see that it's pointing that a database role is physically standby. And now if you'd like to get more information, we have to use verbose, so that it will give uh, all the other properties. If you look here, that you can see the properties, individual properties are defined. So verbose is giving more information to see. Now we are doing some SQL commands to see from here. So we are shutting down database. So here, because I connected to the primary database, so primary database went down. Now I am going to start up this like primary database again. Let's check the configuration. Okay, so it's just member disconnected from reader source. It's showing that it's standby database. There was a connection issue because I shut down the primary. Therefore, it's getting this message. So do a lock switch. Okay, we can wait a little bit to talk to each other. And this is my own lab setup, so it is very problem like normal that I have got some network issues or some slowness compared to when you work in like a bigger corporate environment. So it became normal now. Now what we will do, we'll check that on primary database side, all log files are archived or not. For that, we need to execute command show database name, and it's a saint queue entries. Okay, we can do a log switch and to see the timing, current time. So you can see that output here. Now let's check like a received log sequence, um, which is not been applied into the stand, like for the standby, like on the standby side. Okay, let's do a log switch. Mm, as by default real-time apply is in place, so we will do a log switch and we'll see that one within few seconds. Okay, here you can see the output. So here you see that send queue entries for primary database, and standby side is the receive queue entries. So for send has got 4 letters, but receive RECV, so 4 letters. So now if you'd like to get the any properties value, so we can just use that properties and see the value. So for example, here we are going to check, let's check log XPT status. Anything you can check. So here let's apply lag threshold to see the value. So it's 6000, and if I'd like to modify that one, so it just edit database. Okay, sorry, it will be help edit. So here you can see all the syntax, and you can copy the required syntax either configuration wise or database level or instance level. So we are going to modify the property which is apply lag threshold. So based on your requirements, you can just modify parameters value. So let's check that parameter value. So when you can check parameter value is specific one, just give that parameter name. It will give you specific parameter value. Now let's check with the protection mode. We know that there are three types of protection mode. Here by default is maximum performance. So if we'd like to modify that protection level, so um, this is configuration wise, so therefore you have to use configuration. You see that I type show configuration, so it's not database or instance level, it's a configuration level. So we have to use edit configuration and protection mode. If you see here, you can see those three options, that maximum protection, maximum availability, and maximum performance. So based on your protection mode, you may need to set up your redo route rules. So now we see that it's goes into maximum availability. Okay, put it back again to maximum performance. So now what we will do, you see that it's physically stored by database and apply state is apply on. So now if we would like to that uh, of the process, that manage recovery process, then we can just type simple command, that is state is apply off. So it will stop manage recovery process on the physically stored by database side. So if you see that it's apply off, so we'd like to put it back. Now let's check the primary database. So here you see that redo transport is on. Now if we would like to stop the redo transport from the primary database, we can just edit this database and state into transport off. So if we see now, we'll see the transport is off. So we stop redo transport from the primary database to the standby database. So now let's put it back again. There are other things that we can check here. So as an example, if we'd like to see the database status report, we can just type that show database name and status report. So it will give a report. If there are any error message, we will see this one here. So checked for also standby database. These are the different options that you can use show command for different, configuration wise, connection wise, or a pluggable database level or observer status. Now let's do validate command. Oh, sorry. Tap again. So here we see that this primary database role, and this database is ready to switch over. So ready to for switch over, you see that yes. So um, that means if we would like to do a switch over verify, we can validate this database before switch over. Now let's check primary database, standby database. And if we check here, you see that it's showing that this is ready for switchover, and also because this is a physical standby database, it's ready for failover. In our next lesson, we'll see this one. Now let's do a simple check. We'll just actually do that one. So because it will not take that much time. So convert this database, physical standby database, to snapshot standby, and then put it back physically standby. So before that, let's see the status. So you see this database is physically standby. Now I'm going to convert that to snapshot standby. Okay, I did not put 2. So So it's a message that converting database to a snapshot standby database, please wait. So database converted successfully. So now let's verify that one. And we see the database role has been changed to snapshot standby. So let's put it back to physical standby. So conversion is done. Let's verify that one. So it has been converted to physical standby. So we have done role changes, we have done few update properties, and okay, we monitor and tune the configuration. Yes, we saw some configuration. Let's do, okay. So there are many options. You can go through this Oracle document. You will get more information from there. So let's do some monitoring related, like performance related, if I say. So let's see the top weight events. So database level. So show database name, and top weight events. And we can also do like trace level. So we can enable and disable trace level property also. So I'm following here release 21 document, and this document which I'm looking, this is just all broker one. And if you go here, you see that all the properties, like and you can get the details, like which value we can put in place for any specific property. So in this section we have used a few DGMGRL commands to verify different database related operations. In our next video, we'll go through database role changes using switchover and failover method. So thanks for watching.